YouTube, it's Sarah, and today I wanted to talk to you about a book series. Specifically, I will be talking about the first book in a series that has me going crazy. Okay, so I have read and can't seem to stop reading 3 specific books. These 3 books all belong to the same series. And even Obsidio by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff is not enough to end these cravings. I cannot stop going back to these books. I have never been stuck on a book series like this before. What series am I referring to? That would be Kings Dark Tidings by Kel Kade. And the book that started this journey I'm on is Free the Darkness. The story follows a character from the time he was a baby to adulthood, covering just specific events here and there. When he was just a baby, he was taken to a fort for some unknown reasons, and when next we see him, he's a little older and has just seriously broken his leg. Like, oh my gosh, cringeworthy. He did this while training on some unspecified obstacle course. His masters are berating him for his mistakes and order him to set his broken leg, which he's a kid, he doesn't know how to do that. This leads to an interesting exchange between the masters and the child, and we kind of work our way through that. And then next, he's running a stealth training mission. This mission is manned by elite warriors called strikers. They are like the Kingsmen. And then we finally see him after he has mastered all his skills. Mastered them all. No more to learn. He's surrounded by these 15 strikers that have trained him, and then his master gives him an order that momentarily stuns our fearless, well-trained warrior. He doesn't have time to really process the order, think about the order, because the strikers make the first move. This order ends up bothering him later on as he starts thinking things through and ventures out on his own and tracks one of these strikers that managed to get away in this, like, bloodbath. The order was for him to kill all the strikers. All the people that trained him, he is ordered to kill. The thing is, our fearless warrior has been trained to separate from his emotions. He knows nothing about what happiness is, or love, or friendship. And ironically, the last order given him by way of rules for him to follow is to protect and honor his friends. The intrigue of this story is following our warrior, who goes by the name of Rezkin. This name also has an impact to the plot and who he is, but he knows nothing about the name, where it comes from. He knows nothing other than fighting, healing, poisons, how to be a merchant, a noble, a nobody. Okay, so he knows practically everything. It would be easier to say what he does not know, which is where his name comes from, who his parents are, what his purpose in life is. Is he supposed to be a carpenter? Is he supposed to be a merchant? He doesn't know what a friend is. He doesn't know what love is, happiness. As I mentioned earlier, he was trained as a warrior. Warriors don't think about these things, I guess, apparently, at least how they trained him. And watching him on this journey, he's on as he tries to protect his friends and figure out what the last 2 rules are that were given to him by his masters. Really quick, talking about the rules. Part of his part of his warrior training are 258 rules. Like, rule number 6 is do not get injured. Rule 2, which he's given kind of towards the end, is to kill with conscience. He doesn't know what conscience is. He's never heard that word before. He doesn't know what it is. And then rule 1 is to protect and honor your friends. Another thing that he's never been told about. So going on, he thinks that friends are people assigned to him. And these people that he does meet that are identified as friends, he does eventually kind of like they become friends. He still thinks they've been assigned to him, but he starts to understand and gains more friends. But like he doesn't understand a friend is somebody that you can choose. So how things happen with his thought process is very interesting and new to me, which is probably why I can't stop listening to these books. I love the characters. They are well developed. Even though we don't know a whole lot about their backgrounds or where exactly they've come from, we know enough, and through their actions we get to know them better. And I feel like I know them enough that I know that I wouldn't mind hanging out with most of these characters that we meet for like a cup of coffee or something if the opportunity came knocking. The plot, I already said, is interesting. Following Rezkin around as he learns the ways of the world, what friends are, what love is, and seemingly simple things that we take for granted every day. It's intriguing. It's different. There is a bit of romance in the book, but it's not overdone. Rezkin, for one thing, doesn't understand love. He doesn't know what he feels is love, and knowing this and being aware of this, he doesn't want to lead the girl on, and so he never actually even says that he loves her. And the way he gets around things without lying is really genius. I have listened to this book like 5 times already. I just finished it again earlier today. And this has all been in like the last month, maybe a month and a half. I forget when I finished it the first time, but I finished it like that. I couldn't put it down. I have never been this engrossed, this stuck on a book before. I can't seem to move on. I have like 3 or 4 other books in progress, but they don't hold my interest. I can't get into them. So go get a copy of Free the Darkness by Kel Kade on Kindle or Audible, and I think it's on iBooks too, maybe. If you subscribe to Kindle Unlimited, you can read the book for free. Your subscription covers the cost. Sorry to say it's not available in paperback, hardcover, or any kind of physical format. You can also check out Kel Kade to see what he is currently working on at kelkade.com, or follow him on Twitter at kel_kade. You can also find him on Facebook. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you will give Free the Darkness by Kel Kade a try. This is the first book of the Kings Dark Tidings series, and I will see you next week with a new video. TTFN!